Only you are part of, you operate into probably the best performing market over a period of last 4-5 years, which is Bangalore. And Bangalore is one of the market which has the velocities have been very good. Like taking from what Getambar was saying, prices have been stagnant or selectively have come down over a period of last 2 years and looks like will remain stagnant. Do you see a consolidation happening in the market because the prices will remain stagnant over such long period of time?
I see consolidation happening at the developer level. With the current regulation which is coming and going to be prevailing, and also the expected governance level, which is good for the country, which is good for the industry, which will eliminate a lot of people out of the market. To that extent, consolidation happens. With respect to the demand, I see India next 20 years growing like this. I don't see a big issue on the demand side. Supply here and there could be issues. Some segments, some pockets here and there could be an issue, but it's all isolated. But overall, if you look at in the market side, there is a huge demand. If all the developers, particularly after the consolidation of developers, which is likely to happen in the next 2 years' time, I don't think they will be ever able to meet the demand what's going to prevail. That's my very strong view, not only in Bangalore, across the country today.
In terms of demand, but in terms of prices, you believe market can remain stagnant?
Prices need not go up. See, for the developer or for the investor, why should only we look at prices only to move up? Are we making money? That's most important.
Yeah.
Are you selling? Yes, prices marginally should go up with respect to your input cost. It should not be artificial, and it is not good. Today's situation, particularly in India, and I believe probably the rulers at the central, they are also very, very sensitive about speculation. It is good. Country like India, we cannot afford to have a big speculation. Hence, I am for not speculative growth. I am for price increase based on the demand, based on the market gaps, not based on the speculators or the fly-by investors, I would say.
Yeah.
They are the one spoiling.
Yeah, I agree with you. Actually, housing is a big need and there's a great shortage for it. So it should not be seen as a speculative asset class, but as a necessity for each Indian. Just to summarize and look at it, the way I have understood is that the market is going to go through a consolidation phase. Mid to large size developer which has governance and transparency and abilities to manage efficiencies will get larger. Customer focus is something which will be a big play. And focus on end user. The speculator or the investors probably would find it not too lucrative to be participating in this market. Just to have a closing remark, Getambar, what are the things do you think will be important from here for 5 to 10 years?
See, from my perspective, from the developer side, execution. And any developer who's focusing on execution, I think he's a good bet for the institution to back. He's a good bet for the end user to buy into, and he's a good bet for even the investor, but must have a longer horizon, at least 3 to 4 years. And real estate cannot go wrong, and it will definitely do well in the long run.
You are in Bombay. When you say 3 to 4 years, people think about here 7 to 10 years. Actually.
Very good for them. Good for them. I mean, they have a longer horizon. Things will change, Sharad. 7 years is a bit long for a project to be delivered.
No, so that's not completely by choice, actually. It's been an experience.
I'm talking about from our side. Yeah. I think you'll start seeing quicker deliveries.
Sure.
Because like we are talking about approvals coming in faster, you'll start seeing, tell me, I think I'm not wrong there. A 5-year delivery would be possible even in Bombay.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anuj?
I think as a developer, you'll need to start looking at this as an industry now.
Yeah.
And so, there will be respect for corporate governance, there will be respect for transparency, there will be financial discipline that will need to come in. You'll have to focus on customer, And you'll have to work on margins which are very different to what it was earlier. I think those who have got this sorted out in their head, I mean, clearly he comes from an industrial background. The firm is, industry, they know exactly what it is. And look at it, they've been very successful in that. That is what the play will be going forward. So from the consumer point of view, it is very nice what's coming in. In my opinion, in the next 2 or 3 years, it will still take time. I don't think, Sharad, we're going to come out of it next month that we're going to be out of it. I think there is this era which is going through. It'll take a little bit more time. But clearly, when we are on the other side, those who are going to survive, those who are going to emerge will be fantastic because they would have played the right game. And for the consumer going forward, this is going to be an asset class that they will cherish to invest.
Molly.
The regulation, whatever is likely to come up now, probably will bring all the developers in India in this hall in the next 10 years' time, is my view. May be good, may not be good. I'm not here to comment on that. That will lead to consolidation, or consolidation would lead to that. The second one, the technology, what the role is going to play, the disruption of technology in the next 5 years. Not only real estate, I mean, developers are yet to realize that. We have started witnessing in financial services and banking, e-commerce. I mean, what we thought shopping malls, it's no more a shopping mall. It's a click is a shopping mall. The technology and the data, dealing with the data, is going to make a huge difference. I see unless the developers, including the government, developers is just not Shriram Properties or the other developers sitting here. Government for the development of this country, unless they start working on the technology and adopt themselves to the upcoming trend today, will just be lost. Sure. You can keep regulations, you can keep ABCD paper. The new generation society is just not going to even bother about it. It could be anything. They'll just not care about it. That's going to be the situation. And technology on construction or technology on product delivery is going to play a very, very different role. And it's heading towards a lot of challenges, a lot of opportunities, a lot of, good moments today.
Sujay?
I think discipline and consumer focus are going to differentiate, developers. Consumer focus not only from a perspective of meeting the demands, but it's also from the perspective of changing consumer habits. If you just see 2 years ago, 3 years ago, digital sales formed less than 5% of the total sales. Today, they form between 35 to 40% of the sales. But the kind of setup that you require to service the leads that get generated out of technology, digital, online, all of that is very different than what you require. I mean, today on an average, we sell at least 1 to 2 apartments every day without the customer physically visiting the site. So he actually makes the margin payment through his credit card, mobile, whatever XYZ, and then visits the site. Sure. That is actually a complete shift. So I think discipline as far as day-to-day operations, like Getambar sir rightly said, on delivery, financial, everything, and I think consumer focus is going to differentiate a whole lot of stuff.
Sure. Thank you very much.